long has it been? 2 weeks? Oh, but I didn't even finish the bottle. Alright, let's get this over and done with then. So we're going to be doing a roast chicken marinade for 3 days in Greek yogurt and dill with a side of thrice cooked potatoes, flambéed broccolini, and a drizzling of a garlic and wine reduction, followed up with a chocolate souffle. So to get this started, you're going to need the freshest chicken whole that you can find. One moment, please. Did I eat fucking everything? Well, I guess it's the leftover lunchtime sandwich special. For those hungover days when you don't feel like cooking, but you want something that tastes a little bit more delicious. But first, quick hair of the dog. So we're going to start off this week with something incredibly simple, because frankly, if I don't raise my blood sugar soon, my liver's going to start convulsing. It requires no preparation, and it's my go-to for when you have zero time and you need more nutrition than is found at the bottom of a Dorito bag. Most people have some variation of these ingredients in their cupboard already. Don't believe me? Well, the first ingredient is tin tuna. Everyone has some long forgotten tin of this sitting at the bottom of their cupboard somewhere. Go on, have a look. I'll wait. See? There it is, right there. So you start off by cracking this open and then draining off any excess oil or water. Then we're laying out a wrap. So something to consider here is there's a lot of moisture in each component. So we're trying to counter that with our construction. So to start out, you want a nice fatty layer. I've gone for Japanese mayo. And you want to spread that out and get a nice layer down there on the bottom. Next, what you want to do is take that tuna and spread it out there, trying to get it as flat and consistent as possible. This construction allows for our next component to sit very comfortably atop its fishy throne, kimchi. Now, if you don't like kimchi, don't worry, we get it. You like taste, but you can just replace it with any other kind of pickled vegetable of your choosing. Hell, if vanilla's too extreme a flavour for you, then you can just put on some leafy greens, splash it with vinegar. The important thing here is to get a nice sour balance to counter out that real creamy mayonnaise. Now the jury's out on how to properly wrap a wrap, but I'm personally a tuck and fold person myself. And there you have it. The other thing to consider about this kimchi is that it adds this amazing textural quality. Really breaks up the dangerously close to baby food-like consistency. So our next sandwich is as wide as surviving a horror movie. Now that my hands have stopped shaking, we can make it a bit more complicated. The classic chicken sandwich. Now, I know that we all hate doing things, so don't worry. I'm only going to make you do like 3 things. So you want cooked meat, no skin. I'm using leftover roast, but you can fry up something fresh, or if you really don't care what anybody thinks about you, use tinned chicken. So you want to shred it up and add that into a bowl. You want to grab that mayonnaise from earlier. I'm using 1 whole breast here, so I'm going to put in about 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Next you want to throw in about a handful of dill sprigs and a good crack of black pepper. And a bit of salt. Finish off with squeezing in half a lemon's worth of juice. Then you want to mix that all through until well combined. It's at this juncture that I want to stop and reflect on where so many fall short in regards to their sandwiches. The structure. Now, I'm not saying that you have to listen to me, but trust me, no one wants to put a flaccid, soggy sanger in their mouth. So what we do to combat this is we order and lay the ingredients so that we put things that catch moisture at the bottom and we put the soggier stuff at the top. We don't want each bite to make your shirt look like a Pollock. Now usually to create this fatty layer to counter all of the moisture, you start out with butter. But I'm below 30 and live in Melbourne, so I'm going to use avocado. Take a quarter of that avocado and spread it right to the edge of each slice of bread. Now comes the mortar in this brick house of flavour, shredded lettuce. Now if this was a deli style sandwich, this is the point where you'd be laying out cold cuts, but our protein is covered in wet, so you want something that's going to catch all that drippy goodness. That's why we're going to put down a lovely little bed of green. Not only does it give a nice little crunch to everything, but it actually is going to be soaking up a lot of those excess sauces. Now we want to put down a good amount of our chicken mix. To further stretch what was already a pretty thin metaphor, think of this as the love within the house. Too little and no one will want to visit. Too much and people will think you're weird. Finish it off, like all good sandwiches, the other slice of bread. And there you have it, the classic chicken and dill sandwich. As bland looking as it is delicious. And you know what they say, it tastes just like chicken.